component that is built into Joomla, so you can go ahead and take advantage of RSS feeds and keep your visitors updated about the latest news, be it sports, international news, politics, technology, anything at all. And as you can see, there's a wealth of content here, and a flash rotating banner up here as well. Um, some people are tend to be concerned about whether or not Joomla can handle certain file extensions or anything like that. And you have to keep in mind that Joomla isn't processing necessarily any file extensions or anything like that. It's not handling anything as far as like running files. That's left to the user's browser. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, you can in fact go ahead and include Flash files, PHP files, CSS, Ruby, Python. I mean anything like that, Ajax. It's all able to be integrated into the Joomla system, so that you can run your website the same way you would have off of Joomla. Except that if you decide to go with Joomla, it's a heck of a lot easier to manage all that content. So it's pretty neat. Okay, well, you've seen a pretty detailed site using Joomla, and you've seen what's possible as far as look and feel. Let's go ahead and take a look at the third point that I had made in this post, and that's regarding search engine optimization friendly features about the content management system. So people tend to be concerned about whether or not their SEO is going to be hurt if they integrate into Joomla or implement it, or whether or not the CMS is going to output sloppy code that's going to trip up web crawlers and spiders and things of that nature. The answer to both of those questions is absolutely not. Joomla is pretty much what you make of it. So if you're going to input sloppy content, Joomla is going to output sloppy content or code. If you want to put in copy in content and code that's crisp and that adheres to strict standards, for example XHTML, then Joomla will output that. And really it all depends on how you go ahead and organize that information and how you compartmentalize the different modules and JDoc includes within Joomla. That's going to go ahead and determine what the output is. So you'll notice that at the bottom of our page here we have a link for valid XHTML, strict, and CSS, and that's going to point us to the w3c.org validator. And when it loads, there we go, we passed our test. The document was written in XHTML 1.0 strict, as all of our documents here at netsmithdesign.com are, and it validates 100% without warnings or errors. And this is also very important because at NetSmith Design we believe that once we've gone ahead and developed a website or an application for you, you shouldn't be bound to us to go ahead and to maintain it. Some developers will go ahead and say, okay, well, we wrote it in a proprietary language, or we needed to develop this site using a certain language or a certain framework, and that framework is not editable by you. Well, it is, but we need to help you with it. No, we don't believe that. To us, that's bad business, and it's not something that is worth paying for, because in the end it ends up costing you more in the long run. And we're about value, service, and satisfaction. So trust that anything that we do develop for any one of our clients will adhere to strict standards in the interest of our client, so that if they choose to go to a different developer or someone who is a little bit more advanced than we are, they can rest assured that they do have standards compliant code for anything that is developed for them. Okay, so we'll close that up, and again, let's take a look at the SEO options that are included within Joomla. Here we go into the global configuration, and you'll notice that we have two pretty neat little sections here, which I'll touch on. SEO settings, so search engine friendly URLs. This is where we can go ahead and toggle the option to yes for the SEO friendly URLs so that when Joomla goes ahead and writes or produces pages, okay, we can go ahead and rest assured that the URLs are going to contain not random letters and numbers or any kind of character combinations that point to a page, but actual URLs that contain content-specific key terms that users might search for. So for example, assuming netsmithdesign.com was established for a very long time, which I must confess we're not, but we have been around for a little while now, and someone were to search for Joomla sites, they may come across netsmithdesign.com and the page for Joomla sites. Now, one of the reasons it happens, or it may happen to be that way, is because not only do we have the word or the key terms Joomla sites in the content and the navigation, but it's also included in the URL, which is given a decent amount of weight as far as Google search goes, Yahoo and MSN. So the last thing you want to do is to have netsmithdesign.com slash 123x19-8 as your page name, because that's really not going to help anything. You really want to have key terms short, concise, and copy relative to be in that URL. So Joomla has that functionality built in, so you can go ahead and designate what the URL is going to be in the interest of good SEO. The other thing is the metadata. So we can go ahead and set the global site meta description for all of our pages, okay, for that parameter right here. Now keep in mind that we can also, because it's a global variable, we can also go ahead and edit it locally, okay, so that we can go ahead and have certain pages with certain metadata description that are more relative to the copy on that particular page, as opposed to using a global metadata description that may not be as specific. So that's built right into Joomla. The other thing is keywords. A lot of search engines don't give this metadata parameter a lot or as much relevancy as it used to, but they're still pretty important, and people do their research. And if you've gone out to an SEO firm that has told you, hey, here's the research we've done for you, and you've paid for it, you probably want to use the terms that they're giving you and include them in your website. So here's where you would go to plug them in. And again, you can edit that on a local level if you wish. So I think we're going to cut it off there for today. Basically, we've covered the SEO and metadata settings for Joomla. We've also talked about the fact that Joomla can produce perfectly validating web pages that are coded to the strictest of standards. And we've also covered the fact that within Joomla, we can easily go ahead and change the look and the layout of the website, provided that it already exists, by simply toggling to a different option and checking out the results once we've gone ahead back to our main page. So I hope you guys have learned a little bit today. Once again, we are netsmithdesign.com, and you can go ahead and find us at, well, netsmithdesign.com, and check out our request a quote page if you're interested in having some custom functionality built for your site. If you like a Joomla site built for you, we can do so at a very competitive rate, as well as WordPress blogs, MySpace, Facebook blogs, and really anything that you might be having trouble with. We're anxious to help, and our number one concern is customer satisfaction. So it's been great talking with you. We look forward to hearing from you, and have a great day, guys. Take care.